Here we go. Mem Zayin Amud Aleph. So we just finished. Really, it's at a beautiful stopping point. That Lamaisa, you have to sit in the sukkah on Shmini Atzeres. That's the bottom line. Why people don't, we don't really know. Different, things spoken about in the Paiskim, but nothing so pashit. But that's the way it is. Okay. With that detail, says the Gemara, Mamish, a completely unrelated. Oh, Rav Menachem is here. A completely unrelated, but it's Rav Yechanan, and you'll see it's a first cousin. Amar Rav Yechanan. Erev Tov Rav Menachem. Amar Rav Yechanan.
Speaking Mamish in this room.
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Oimrim Zman. We literally just started, by the way. Don't feel like you know what I'm saying. Literally just started. So if you need another minute, we can give you a minute. Yeah, the chairs are stick all. There you go. So we'll give you a minute. We'll give you a minute. Ravi, one more minute.
No worries.
Krada. Yeah, wait a minute. Okay.
How do you say?
Yeah.
The bottom completely.
Yeah.
So that opinion is saying there's the opinion says you're going to say leishib.
So good. I think what you're asking. So that's good. You make a bracha. The other opinion.
You're not going to mention Shmini Atzeres.
Oh, very good. That means you're not going to say Shmini Atzeres l'chayr. We didn't speak on that side. The other side says the Gemara, Mandam or Shmini, you don't make a bracha because you say Shmini Atzeres. You're asking a very good question. We did not speak that out. Is that according to the opinion that holds, you make a bracha of Leishiv Sukkah on day 8, what do you do about davening? It's a very good question. Here's the question.
I mean, I'm assuming if you're making the bracha of Shmini Atzeres.
Of Leishiv you're making. According to the Manda Amar that says you make the bracha of Leishiv.
Oh, you're making and you don't make the bracha of Shmini Atzeres.
That's what he's asking. We never spoke that out, but he's asking a very valid point.
The
says
one can't quote
right,
the other.
right, but we always spoke it on the other side. He said, Erev Tov Shagi. We always said you're not saying the bracha of Leishiv, so you say Shmini Atzeres. He's asked by the way. You're asking a very good question. I think you're right, but it's definitely a point that needs to be. We need to hone in on. I know it's Thursday night and sushi is illegal on Thursday nights, but there was I was supposed to be at a term. The show was really there. I was supposed to be at a term Masera convention, so we didn't make challenge, and I decided I'm staying to learn Torah. So we sushi. Oh no, it's in Kalahari. Yeah, that was the other reason. It was an hour and 45 minutes each way, and I was only going just to show my face. So I decided let's learn Abyssal Torah. Amar Rav Yechanan, here we go. This line right here is the line you must remember, and it's the line everyone messes up. Ready? And it's a line of grada. You're looking to come home and tell your wife, I learned something tonight that you need to know. Oimrim zman b'shmini shel chag. You say shehechiyanu on Shmini Atzeres. Ve'ein oimrim zman. You do not say shehechiyanu b'shvi'i shel Pesach, on Shvi'i shel Pesach. Now, it's really not so complicated, but we get confused because it's the last days of Yontif. So is it Yontif or is it not Yontif? So the answer is
Shmini Atzeres is a different Yontif.
Shmini Atzeres, exactly. If you know the name of it, it answers the question. Shmini Atzeres is a different Yontif, and therefore you make Shechiyanu. Shvi'i shel Pesach, the name tells the story. What's it? It is day 7 of Pesach. So should you say Shechanu? No. You know why? Because it's day 7. It's not a Yontif, but you will not understand how many people mess this one up. I say the women have to know this because the men, you go to shul, and then, you sit there, and hopefully by the time you get home for a kiddush, you figured it out. But the women bench left. And often right there, they're like, do I say Shechanu? And husband's like, you do what you do every year. And quickly runs out the door. Because he doesn't actually remember whether you say Shechanu or not. Yeah, exactly. Then he comes home. You said Shechanu? Well, what do you mean? Well, right. Yeah, exactly. No, he's making kiddush now. So now he wants to know. V'omer Rav Levi bar Chama. Says Rav Levi bar Chama, v'yitem Rav Chama bar Chanina. Teda, I'll bring you a raya. Teda. I'll bring you a raya. Teida is a great word. Literally, it comes from the word das, to know. But Teida, I'll bring you a raya. What do we bring you a raya to? So Rashi, about 10 lines into the narrow lines, Rashi's higher up on the Amid. Rashi fills in the blanks. What is the raya? The Omer boy zman that you say shehechi anu lefisha regal b'fnei atzmayu, because Shmini Atzeres is a Yom Tov b'fnei atzmayu. So says the Gemara, what's the raya? Shaharei, behold, chaluk begimel dvarim. It is chaluk. Shmini Atzeres differs from the rest of Yom Tov with three things. Shmini Atzeres differs from Yom Tov in three things. Erev Tov. Erev Tov, Erev Tov. Oh boy, we have fish and meat. No, we have kugel. We're good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. You don't do but it's fish at the table. You're allergic? You just don't do it. You say you're allergic so that they don't slip it into your food. That's the move. To catch you up very quickly, smack in the middle of the Amud, we started with Rav Yechon. We'll go back 4 minutes. It's literally one line. It's an important line because we're building on that line. Amar Rav Yechanan, let's just read it one more time. Oimrim Zman b'Shmini Shel Chag. You say Zman means Shachiyanu. You say Shachiyanu on Shmini Atzeres, but ve'ein Oimrim Zman, you do not say Shachiyanu b'Shvi Shel Pesach. Ve'omar Rav Levi Bar Chama v'Tema Rav Chama Bar Chanina, this is where we're up to. Teida, I'll bring you a raya that you say Shachiyanu on Shmini Atzeres. What's the raya? Shaharei, behold, chaluk begimel dvarim. Chaluk, it is different. Shmini Atzeres is different from Yontif in three entities. Number one, Basaka. Number two, Ululav. And number three, Unisuch Hamayim. Now, we must point out. What? No, it's not. That's what it means. It's chaluk. I mean, these three things we don't do on Shmini Atzeres. Oh, so very good. So Menachem saying, what's saying? We just finished a second ago, mamish, not even a second ago, saying hilchasa. So what's the answer? Who knows the answer?
Talking about the bracha of
Sukkah. No. If I were to ask a trick question and say, do you sit in the Sukkah on Shmini Atzeres? First of all, stop. Rule in life. I gave a lachasha last night. I said, whenever someone asks you a lacha question, never say yes, never say no, because you're always wrong. The answer is, it always depends. So, if I ask you, do you sit in the Sukkah on Shmini Atzeres? So you say, well, it depends. Are you Hasidish? Are you Haimish? No. It depends. Why? It depends if you're in Eretz Yisrael or not. Let's not make a mistake. The whole Gemara that we just learned, that you yes sit in the Sukkah on Shmini Atzeres is only Chutzar. Maybe Menachem, that's why you're so adamant. You already have your dreams that you're going to be in Eretz Yisrael. Is that you don't sit, so in like a label, Shemini Atzeres, the answer is, of course you don't sit in Sukkah. We have a problem. We're in Galus. We have a Sveika D'Yoima. We're not sure what day 8 is. So therefore, we're forced to sit in the Sukkah Shmini Atzeres. But in a vacuum, is Shmini Atzeres? Yes, it's different in 3 ways. What are the 3 ways? Way number 1 is there's no Sukkah, which of course means in a real Shmini Atzeres. Way number 2 is that there's no Lulav. And way number 3 is that there is no Nisuch Hamayim. Nisuch Hamayim is a special mitzvah that the one time a year, the one yontif a year, I should say, that on the Mizbeach, there's holes in the base of Mizbeach, and they would do libations, is what it's called. They would pour, usually it's yayin. Oh, you want the water, want some holding? Usually, we need a cup with that. Usually it's yayin. Sometimes it's dam also, but it's never mayim. Aside for sukkahs, lots of Torah, we always talk about the message of mayim. Mayim is something everyone has. On sukkahs, we're all of equality. We're all in the sukkah. Ayin in all the sukkahs. Torah. Says the Gemara. So these are the 3 things you don't do on Shmini Atzeres. Ula Rabbi Yehuda. And according to Rabbi Yehuda, now who's Rabbi Yehuda? Rabbi Yehuda is de Omar that says belug. Belug is a measurement. Lug is a measurement. It's like saying an ounce. Belug with a lug. Hayam minasich. They would pour kol shemaina all 8 days. So Rav Yehuda holds they poured water on the mizbeach on Shmini Atzeres. So says the Gemara, according to Rav Yehuda, Hari Cholok, Shmini Atzeres is different in Beis Dvarim, in 2 ways. Very good. Why the Gemara even has to speak this out is a good question, but okay. Asks the Gemara, Ihachi.
Maybe to show the chiluk that we definitely don't feed us. We're not in a sukkah on Shemitah Terrace in Eretz Yisrael. That there's no question.
When even Rav Yehuda holds of that, you're saying he argues on one. Maybe interesting. So it's telling us don't make a mistake to think that because Rav Yehuda argues on one, he argues on the other. Interesting idea. Says the Gemara, Ihachi. If what you're saying is true, Shvi shel Pesach on the 7th day of Pesach, Nami also Hari Cholok. It is different. Be'achilas matzah, with the eating of matzah. On Shvi Shel Pesach, there's something different about matzah. Now we have to know what that means. But the Gemara is saying, on Shmini Atzeres you say Shechianu, and once we're on the boat, that Shmini Atzeres is different. It's a Tony Yontif. There's 3 ways it's different, or maybe 2. But says the Gemara, but wait, Shvi Shel Pesach is also somewhat different. What does that mean? Says the Gemara, Damar Mar, we learned Laila Rishayna on the first night of Pesach. Chayva, it's obligatory to eat matzah. Mikan ve'ilach, from that night and onwards, Rishos, it's optional. So says the Gemara, so we see that what? Day 7 is different. What's bothering everyone? It's not just day 7 is different. It's also day 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's just day 1. Says the Gemara. 1 second. Hachi hashta. Hachi hashta literally means hachi, this, hashta, now. Bewildered, the Gemara responds, Hasam, over there. Milayla chaluk. From the night, it is different. Miyoim einay chaluk. But from the day, it's not different. What does that mean? We'll see in 1 second. Let's just first get translation, then we'll understand. Hacha by us, afilu miyoim nami chaluk. It's even different by day.
Even by sukkah?
Even by Shmini Atzeres. Yes. So now let's read it together with Rashi. Rashi once again fills in the blanks. Nachama. What was the question of the Gemara? The question was, you're telling me Shmini Atzeres is different in 3 days, but wait, in 3 ways. But wait, Shvi Shel Pesach is also different with regard to matzah. The Gemara responds, no. Hachi Ashta. Hasam over there by Pesach by matzah. Milayla chaluk. It's different than the night, but miyoim einay chaluk. It's not different than the day. What does that mean? Look at Rashi. Says Rashi, miyoim einay chaluk. De'af yom tov rishon rishos. When is it a chiyuv to eat matzah? Only the first night, not even the first day. So says the Gemara, you're saying day 7 is different? No. It's only different than the day. It's only different than the night, excuse me. Because day 1 is also optional. And day 7 is also optional. Whereas by us, hacha, with regarding to Shmini Atzeres, afilu miyoim nami chaluk. These 3 things, sukkah, lulav, and ischamayim, are different even than the day. Answer number 1. Ravina Amar. Answer number 2. It's a little bit hard in the reading, so I actually Mamish had to read it to my Gemara. Apparently, last time I learned it, it was hard to read also. Ravina Amar is the second answer. Again, what's the kasha? We said Shmini Atzeres is different in three ways. Says Gemara, but wait, Pesach, Shvi Shel Pesach, even though you don't say Shachianu, is also different with regarding the matzah. Ravina Amar, second teretz, Zeh Choluk Mishalifanav. This is different than the day before it. What does that mean? Day 8 is different than day 7. And 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Talking about Pesach?
Shmini Atzeres. Shmini Atzeres, and if you listen, this is really what we ask. The Gemara just says in different words. Day 8 is different than day 7, meaning day 8 is really its own entity. Vizeh, and by Pesach, Pesach, Cholok Mishalif Neifanov, from in front of it. What does it mean in front of it? Day 1. So the teretz of the Gemara is, says Ravina, what's your kasha? Shemini Atzeres is its own entity, so it's different than the first 7 days. You're asking, but wait, Shvi Shel Pesach is also different. No, it's not. It's only different than day 1, which really was what we asked when we read the Gemara's question. That is Ravina's teretz. Teretz number 2. Teretz number 3. Amar Rav Papa. We're going to have 5 teretzim. Says Rav Papa, Hacha, over here, Ksiv Par. Over here, it says Par. By Shmini Atzeres. Hasam by Sukkis. Ksiv Parim. What does that mean? Let's look at Rashi. We're getting a real education on the different Yom Tovim. Says Rashi, Hocha Ksiv Par, V'hasam Ksiv Parim. Kol Yemei Achag, all days of Sukkis. Krivim Parim Harbe, many cows. Umisma'atin b'holchem, and every day of Sukkot, it gets less and less. Na'atin b'holchem, echad liyoim, every day gets one less. Ad yoim shvi, shekarivin parim shiva, that you bring 7 cows. Ubishmini, and on Shmini Atzeres, par echad levadoi. So it goes from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. No, my math was wrong. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 7 is on day 7. And then day 8 is 1. Nimsa she'inoi misider shar hayamim. Is day 8 in order? No, it's not in the order of the rest of the days. It's its own entity. Shayla lahakabai. Shisha, you should have had 6. Whereas when it comes to Pesach, it is part of the order. So if you're listening carefully, really all the Trutzim are saying one theme. The theme of all the Trutzim are what? That Shmini Atzeres is Mamish its own Yontif. But each teretz spells out a different nuance how we see. Oh, Malcolm, there's only one answer. What's the answer? You got to get to Eretz Yisrael. That's it. That's it. That's the answer. That's the answer. Oh,
There's no topic.
But by the way, then if you're an American Eretz Yisrael, then you're mamish and fakaktatsuris. Mamish, it's a mess. Anyways, Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak Amar, teretz number 4. Hacha ksiv biyoim, hasam ksiv ubayoim. What does ubayoim mean with a vav? Ubayoim, and the day. A vav always connects. So by Pesach, on Shvi Shel Pesach, the Psukim say, Ubayoim, connecting Shvi Shel Pesach with the days before it. But by Shmini Atzeres, what does it say? Bayoim, meaning it's its own day. And the final teretz is, Rav Ashi Amar, Hocha Ksiv Kim Mishpat, like the Mishpat, Hasam Ksiv Kimish Pa Tam. So what's Rav Ashi's teretz? Rav Ashi's teretz is that when it comes to day 8, it says bimisparam kimishpat, which we learn out. It says Rashi, a son mishpat. Mishpat is in the singular of its own. Again, a fifth way of showing us that Shmini Atzeres is an entity onto itself. We're now going to go into a little bit of what are we holding? I don't think. Let's stop here. Before Leim Messiah LA. Smart gets a dot technical in bringing a raya about the karbanos of Sukkot versus the karbanos of Pesach. Let's start by Leim Messiah LA. Where do we start this week? Who remembers?
On the Amr before.
Amr Rav Papa Levaya?
I think it was Otto, Rabbi Yechon.
Plug to Rabbi Yechon. Where's that a little bit further down, right?
What quarters do we have?
3 quarters down. Plug to Rabbi Yechon. Yeah,
Depends
some
tomorrow.
hard Gemaras. What?
It depends on who-
Yeah, that's the Gemara. Yeah, I'm not going to start. So, okay, look to Rabbi Yechanan till Lema Messiah Le Siyat Deshmaya.